After flying 6 hours from a war zone to surprise my mother with gifts, I walked in just in time to hear her laughing. God, I wish he'd get shot this time. My sister snorted. His death would be the best gift. They toasted to my funeral, called me a walking ATM in Camo, and mocked how pathetic I was for loving her. I just smiled, tossed the gifts in the trash, and walked away. That night, I started planning my revenge. 6 weeks later, they were both on their knees, sobbing, screaming through tears. You think coming back here makes you a hero? My mother snapped, her glass of wine trembling in her hand. God, I wish he'd just stayed overseas. My sister muttered, her eyes narrowing. The laughter that followed cut deeper than any bullet I dodged in the desert. Better yet, maybe this time he doesn't come back at all. My mother smirked. My name is Ethan Cole, 26 years old. 6 years in the army. 6 years of sand, blood, and silence. I thought home would be a safe place, the one I fought for. Instead, I walked into a war I hadn't trained for. Their words didn't wound me instantly. They echoed, replayed, grew louder in the hollow parts of me I'd been trying to stitch back together since I was 19. Margaret Cole, 62. My mother, retired nurse, sharp tongue, sharper pride. I sent home half my paychecks. She spent them like lottery wins. Claire Cole, 28. My older sister, marketing job in Chicago. Brilliant at tearing people down. Borrowed 10 grand from me once, never mentioned it again. Daniel Cole, 65. My father, retired factory worker. Quiet, tired. His silence always felt like consent to their cruelty. The dining room smelled of overcooked steak and spilled wine. The chandelier above flickered like it too, was tired of this family. Claire leaned back in her chair, swirling her glass as though she were in some victory toast. You know what he is? She said, her voice dripping honey and venom in equal measure. A walking ATM in Camo. The words hung heavy in the air. Not sharp, not fast, but slow, cruel, deliberate, the way poison seeps. Mom gave a laugh, short and bitter, pressing her lipstick-stained glass against her lips. Pathetic, she muttered, still clinging to his mommy like a lost boy. 6 years gone, and still nothing to show for it. My fists clenched under the table, knuckles whitening, nails carving tiny half-moons into my palms. I said nothing. Not yet. In the corner, the bags I'd carried across an ocean sat. Gifts wrapped in bright paper, the kind of paper kids rip open with smiles. But here, they sat like corpses in gaudy coffins, untouched, unwanted. You've got no idea what I've given up for this family, I finally said. My voice was calm, unnaturally calm, like a man steadying himself before a storm. Mom's laugh sliced through me. Given up? Don't rewrite history, Ethan. You left. You abandoned us for a war that wasn't even ours. You think that makes you noble? Claire leaned forward, her eyes gleaming with something I couldn't name. Cruelty. Maybe jealousy. You know what would have been noble. Her smirk widened. If you'd stayed gone, your funeral would have been the best gift you ever gave us. The room spun. Their words didn't just hit me, they burrowed. Somewhere deep inside, something fractured, quiet and invisible. The way ice splits beneath your feet, but doesn't break until it's too late. Dad shifted in his chair. His lips parted, as if words wanted to crawl out. But as always, silence. His silence had always been consent, and that somehow hurt worst of all. 19 years old. The bus station smelled of rain and gasoline. I remember gripping the Bible Mom shoved into my hands, her nails digging into my skin as she whispered, "Don't come back until you're worth something." So I left. I became worth something. Or tried to. I fought. I bled. I dragged my brothers' bodies out of burning trucks, whispering lies that it was going to be okay as their eyes dimmed before 20. Every bonus check, every combat pay, I wired home. Claire's credit card debt, gone. Dad's back surgery, paid in full. Mom's mortgage when she cried about losing the house? Saved. But here, in this house, none of that lived. None of that mattered. To them, my years were not sacrifice. They were currency. I set my glass down with care, as though the tiniest crack might unleash something I couldn't cage again. Funny thing, I said, voice low but sharp enough to slice. The bank officer called me last week, wanted to confirm something. Claire's smirk faltered. She tilted her head, feigning confusion, but her eyes flicked. A giveaway. A loan, I continued, my eyes fixed on hers. $30,000. In my name. Signed. By you. Her glass clinked hard against the table. Color drained from her face. I turned to Mom, the words heavier now. And you drained the savings account, the one for Dad's medical bills. Vegas must have needed your prayers more than he did. For the first time in years, Dad's expression shifted. Shock. Betrayal. His hands trembled against the tablecloth. His silence cracked, though no words came. Just the kind of pain a lifetime of quiet can no longer hide. Mom's voice was sharp, desperate. You don't understand. No. My voice cut her down. I understand perfectly. I was never a son. I was a uniform, a paycheck, a tool. Claire's eyes brimmed now, her confidence slipping like a mask washed off in the rain. You needed me gone, I said flatly. Mom slammed her glass down. The stem snapped, shards exploding across the table like miniature shrapnel. Dad surged to his feet, his voice hoarse with years of silence breaking apart. Enough! Enough! This house! It's poison! But I was already moving, my duffel bag heavier on my shoulder than any pack I'd carried overseas. Not with gear, but with years of betrayal pressing down. Rain pelted the porch as I stepped out, the storm outside no louder than the one inside me. Ethan! Claire's voice cracked behind me. She stumbled into the rain, mascara carving black rivers down her face. Please, don't leave. I didn't mean it, I swear. Her hands reached for me, shaking, desperate. For years I would have caught them. This time, I stepped back. I saw her, not as my sister, not as blood, but as a stranger who had drained me dry and still thirsted for more. I'm done buying love, I said. My words cut through the rain. If you want me in your life, you'll have to earn it, not steal it, not bleed it out of me. Her sobs echoed as I walked down the steps. The brightly wrapped gifts, the silly tokens of love I thought might matter, lay slumped in the trash, their colors bleeding ink and paper into the storm. That night, I checked into a rundown motel off the highway. Neon lights flickered through the thin curtains, buzzing like insects. I booked a one-way ticket back to Texas, not to war, not to barracks, to a one-bedroom apartment near Dallas, where silence wasn't punishment, it was peace. The weeks blurred. My phone buzzed endlessly. Mom's voicemails, wine-soaked apologies. Claire's text messages, swinging between rage and begging. Dad's trembling whisper, confessing he should have defended me years ago. I didn't block them. But I didn't answer either. Healing wasn't theirs to give me. It was mine to build, brick by brick, like a house no one else could enter. 6 weeks later, I returned once. Not with gifts. Not with apologies, with papers, my lease, my GI Bill enrollment, and a letter I'd written only for me. It read, "You are not their ATM. You are not their shame. You are Ethan Cole. You are enough." Through the doorway, I saw them, Mom and Claire, on their knees, tears carving their faces into strangers. I didn't gloat, I didn't spit venom, I simply whispered, "I forgive you, but I don't trust you. Not yet." And I walked away. Not as a soldier, not as a son, but as myself. For the first time, free. If you were Ethan, would you forgive your family? Or would you cut ties forever? Tell me in the comments, what would you do in his place? If this story hit your heart, subscribe for more stories that cut deep. Hit that like button if you believe sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk away. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next story. And remember, sometimes revenge isn't about hurting others. It's about finally choosing to heal yourself.